All right, welcome back to the Gold League for World of Tanks. I'm Clutch, joined by Rootkill. Our next matchup is going to be Spurglords versus No Limit, a series a lot of people... Oh, I'm
sorry, Clutch. That's the one that just finished.
We just saw that one. It's Cunninghams versus SIMP.
There you go.
A series a lot of people have been looking forward to. And tell us what's been happening with these teams. All right, where are they at?
SIMP has dropped Swami. You've seen him a little bit this season. We've seen him all a little bit this season. He's been doing well, but he's going to be getting dropped for, it looks like, abrasive, and we heard about this earlier. He's going to be joining SIMP. He's been a planned addition for a while. I'm not sure what to think of that. We'll have to get the scoop from SIMP because the rumor is that Endo is going to be leaving SIMP, getting, at least that's what I heard from Rill, that Endo's getting a job at Wargaming. That I haven't heard anything about that. But
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
We'll have to get that confirmed.
Investigative reporting. Again, guys, we still have sources to confirm.
Yeah, I'm a reporter, guys.
And then the Cunninghams, again, this is a team we bring up a lot because they've been with us in Season 1, performed well in Season 2, now back in Season 3. Looking in tip-top shape for the most part.
Yeah.
And they did have one loss under their belt so far.
Yeah, their loss is up against #RU, which actually abrasive will be coming from #RU. Maybe with that experience of having already fought Cunninghams. Of course, SIMP has fought Cunninghams before. So maybe you'll have that experience of knowing their strats or knowing what they're like right now, taking that to SIMP, and then maybe able to counter out a lot of what Cunningham's is going to do. Cunningham's, of course, one of the teams that's expected to possibly knock Fulcrum and SIMP out of their chairs as the top two teams. They're just one of our top guys. They're probably second, third best in the league as far as just projections go.
Projections indeed. But SIMP, the team that places second in Season 1 and Season 2, they keep gunning for Fulcrum. Now, they did have a better group play record compared to Fulcrum Gaming. They were 7-0 compared to Fulcrum 6-1. But in the end, they performed well in the season finale, but did fall to Fulcrum in a best-of-7 series that went to all 7 matches.
Yeah, I think that was really Fulcrum, though, making it happen to all the way. Yeah,
of course, of course. Let's go ahead and jump into our face-off of SIMP versus the Cunninghams.
What's up, guys? Oh, just working out here, you know.
Endo.
Just getting my warm-up.
Endo, stop.
I'm working my brain. It's a better warm-up for the fans.
Does his shirt say swag on it? Yeah, it does.
Oh, swag, what's up?
Oh, God. All right, Endo. We've got some rumors going around.
What's up?
Rill was saying something about you leaving the team, leaving SIMP. Is that true?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I applied for a position at WGA. I applied for a health coach. They needed me there, so to help keep them in shape. So unfortunately, this is going to be my last season, actually my last game. It's going to be pretty sad. I'm leaving.
It's okay, Endo. You can cry.
It's just so sad.
Yes.
You guys are going to miss me.
So, Endo, what did you really get a job doing? Because we know you're not a health coach.
No, I'm just playing. No, I'm not leaving.
Okay.
I'm actually staying now. No, we swapped abrasive out for Swami.
Yeah.
Because Swami actually has family and everything. He doesn't have the time to participate in Season 3. So abrasive has time. So that's pretty good shit.
Good deal. So what was that then from Rill about you? Was that you setting us up?
No. That's actually true. I actually did apply for a position at WGA. That's pending, so we'll see.
All right.
But I will be participating in Season 3, so I'm good to go.
All right.
Maybe later though.
Well, Cunninghams, you guys are staying solid. You guys have not lost anyone. You're not picking anyone up new. Any changes coming out because you beat #RU, but you lost to River Blood. You're 1-1. What's happening?
Well, in between the seasons, we did pick up Miller, so we have made some roster changes. But basically, we're hoping that we can play like we did last game and not get kicked from the server. That's our game plan for the rest of the season.
It's a good
have
game
everyone stay connected.
Good game plan. All right. So with abrasive, I'm going back to you, Endo. With abrasive coming onto the team, what role is he going to play now in SIMP?
Well, he has to get integrated with the team and everything. He's been playing a lot of Tier 1. He's also a pretty good auto reloader. He's been playing 5100 pretty good, and he's also been using his he speaks Russian, so been using his language skills to talk to other teams in the European server, and actually been practicing a lot with some of the European teams. So he's been useful for us in that way as well. But as far as what role he plays, that's still being decided because he's so new. We'll have to see, but he's been just playing the tier 1.
Hey, Martin, do you feel that you have an advantage for the Cunninghams by a new member being added to SIMP that's maybe unproven on their team roster?
No, I don't think that's really an advantage. Any kind of change made by an established team is probably going to be a change for the better. So, no, the changing roster is a little scary, actually.
A little scary, I see. Well, with all that book knowledge you have, I'm sure you'll know how to deal with anything that's scary. What's that book you're reading?
First course in database systems.
Oh, wow.
The 3rd edition.
Databases are dumb, bro.
You just need muscles. That's all you need to get through life. Okay.
That's clearly working well for Endo. All right, Simp, you have the higher seed. Heads or tails on the coin flip?
Tails.
It is tails. Map choice or defer?
Defer.
Defer. Cunninghams will be your map choice.
Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf will be the map choice. Heads or tails, Simp? Or north or south, Simp?
I'll take south. Yeah.
South side on Himmelsdorf for Simp. North will be Cunninghams. Gentlemen, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. I can see somebody hiding behind the door of A. Martin.
Really?
Yeah, the door was cracked and somebody was peeking in and out.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's so creepy. I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, I was wondering who that was. Maybe a roommate or something. Well, Himmelsdorf again, the first choice. Simp, they performed pretty well on this map, especially with where they put the positioning of Endo. We've seen him cruise across the courtyard setting and then go to the north, continue some engagements, cut the map almost in half along that D line where he is in his 5100. That has proved to be fruitful in some engagements for Simp. Cunninghams. When I think of Cunninghams on this map, I think more Western play.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. The middle play going to Simp sometimes. Season 2 and Season 1, Simp though really liked the hill. Of course, T69 was more popular then, especially in Season 1. But, of course, I think they've gone away from that strategy altogether. They're really dropping the T69s. They don't perform as well generally, especially against IS3s. We've been talking about this all night.
Yeah.
But they've got the 2 main strats. I never see West Side play that I can remember from Simp, though. Can you remember any big West Side play? I'm trying to think if there happened at all.
Only with counters. I can only think of counters that have happened at the 5-minute mark.
Oh, yeah, where you just reposition.
Yeah, they reposition, they go west because there's a couple shots down the tank alley side or maybe a T1 they killed on the hill and the rest of the enemy team hasn't scouted them much, so they go around the corner. I keep thinking of Fulcrum Gaming on Himmelsdorf, and that was actually where they lost against Wreak Havoc in Season 2, which is ingrained in our minds because that was the first time we ever saw Fulcrum Gaming lose a match in the Gold League.
No, they dropped a few battles, but they never dropped
a full match.
Yeah,
not a full match. And
that was big.
It was a big deal. But they still came back and won. You know, they're the ones that got all the money. So that's okay. $50,000 what they took home Season 1, Season 2. Simp, they're $50,000 richer because they earned $25,000 in Season 1 and Season 2 as second place. They're doing well for themselves, and they can continue to do well against Fulcrum if they continue to hone their skills.
Continue to improve.
I think they are doing that. They are doing that. I know they are doing that.
They're making the roster changes they need to. They're adding someone like Abrasive, apparently a good 5100 driver. Another one of those. I mean, you're looking at a seriously sick team out of Simp. They've got Heavy 20, Adroxis, and IS3s. They've always performed well. They've always had Endo there in the 5100. He does a fantastic job, really working well with his team. Then you've got but those are the 3 I think of. I think of the 2 IS3s, and I think of the 5100 with them. Now you're going to see if Abrasive is going to become a superstar in the 5100, doing more hero mode stuff.
Would you ever bring a Jag Tiger 88 to Himmelsdorf?
No, I don't like TDs in cities. The thing is, when you're looking down one corridor, it's fine, but if a flank comes in,
somebody comes around you, it's not fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was thinking of putting a Jag Tiger 88 down the tank alley section, cutting it off, which not a lot of stuff's happening so far in the meta, but you're susceptible to hill play so easily.
Yeah.
So easily. And if they scout where you're at, they'll take hill, come around, get you from behind, as long as hill is available for them. All right, it's time for match number 3. Battle number 1, Simp versus the Cunninghams on Himmelsdorf. Push in against Trireme and Militant. Still super low HP for both these tanks, as Commander J has the most HP in the 5100. Simp's going to have to act fast, though, if they're going to push with 1 minute and 3 seconds. They do have the tier 8 advantage, but Commander J may even out with the amount of HP he has on his tank.
Notice that they're actually almost 50 seconds left. We could see it. They could go for a draw. Cunninghams could still draw this out. They're at a huge disadvantage, and it looks like they're actually going to send some tanks to retreat farther back. It's still risky, though, for SIP to push in. They've got some very low tanks. Blue Boys and Endo are both... Endo's a high roll for an IS-3. Blue Boys is a low roll. Actually, he is a one-shot for any tank left in the battle. Ooh, Militant goes down. Endo is down to 79, and Blue Boys will go down.
Nice shot from Commander J. 2 still left alive. 3 for Simp. Heavy 20 gets a nice hit against Commander J, and around the corner comes a Droxus. Trireme on the run, trying to go up the hill. He may not make it in time.
Is he looking back? He's got to be looking backwards because Endo is on the way. 8 seconds left in the battle. Trireme is spotted.
5 more seconds. He's going to turn the corner. He's going to have 1 shot at this. 2, 1. Oh, Trireme is able to get the kill, and that's going to be a draw. Wow.
Very close.
Very close indeed, but Cunningham's barely able to survive that, and they're going to draw it out. We're going to take a break, guys. That was a long game, but because of the drop means we're still on an even playing field between these two teams. Stay tuned. The Gold League continues after this. Welcome back to the Gold League for World of Tanks. I'm Question by Rookhill. As a reminder, please hit that follow button on Twitch and send us your favorite teams on Twitter at WGLNA. We'll be handing out more gold codes tonight. Draw on Himmelsdorf. I think it might be a Crazy Ivan rule.
I don't think we can Crazy Ivan on Himmelsdorf. Can't go back to
draw.
it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If only Clutch. But both teams not really feeling like it. Simp, of course, known for defensive, reactive style. Not going to set the pace enough. Not going to be able to take advantage of their 10 minutes and make it happen. It was really on Simp to win that one. And because they wasted so much time early in the battle, they came to a draw.
Yeah,
you saw Cunninghams are skilled enough to make that happen.
The Mac G scouting on hill of that one tier 8 moving up was a big window for Simp to move up the west side. And like, yes, he could come down the hill quickly to reinforce. That's why you don't go up Tank Alley. You go up the west. They had at least 2 tanks that could have initially gone. You don't want to overcommit because if they get caught out of place and there's tanks behind them and they can't back out, that's a big problem. But it's those windows that these teams have to look for. Simp does it very well. Fulcrum does it very well. And we saw Pubstars do it very well on Prokhorovka last week. You have to try to control the enemy behavior so you can make those opportunities happen and pounce on the opportunity when it happens.
Precisely. That's what we call tempo control. Just setting the pace. Even when you're in control like that, your opponent is reacting to you, you are in an advantage. Because then you decide what happens next. Your opponent doesn't have time to make you react. They have to just figure out what you're doing and react to it. You can't do those you can't be doing that at the same time. That's next level. It's too high level for most anyone to really think about. To react to your opponent and then take over setting the pace. I mean, there's counters, but those are hard to do for high level teams. It's hard to counter.
It is tough to do. Next map's going to be Ruinberg. And last time we saw this, it took a little while for both the teams to engage because they're going up and around to make sure they went to the north, but it did turn out to be a victory. I want to see more teams utilize flag pressure.
Well, from the south, we see it a lot. But from the north, it's really hard to do that.
It is.
Because
really
it's an open cap. There's bushes on it. You can hide T1s in the bushes, but it's open. That's it. It is open. It's easy to defend. It's easy to spot the approaches. So it's hard to use cap pressure. You have to get a T1 advantage, so you have to kill both of your opponent's T1s. And then you have to make a distraction happen. It's really hard to make happen. Timing it is difficult. We'll see if teams can do it because Ruinberg has started. Let's get into battle.
Let's jump into it. Battle number 2, Simp versus the Cunninghams.
Taking a look at the tanks we see on the side of Simp in the blue. 3 AMX 5100s, 1 IS-3, and Blue Boys captain in the 1390. Also look at Fedge in the light tractor, the low tractor. On the other side, 110 2 AMX 5100s, an IS-3, and a 1390. 1390 driven by Commander J. A. Martin and Baguk and T1s. Baguk.
Baguk. He's told us that's the pronunciation of the name.
It's the sound of chicken mix. And
Well
that's his name. That's generally what he told us.
110 militant. We'll follow him for a bit, see what his pattern is going to be in this Chinese powerhouse of a tank.
It's a great tank. Great DPM. Really powerful front armor, but the sides have, they are insufficient, Clutch.
Oh, man. Soviet would probably agree with you.
Yes. He
Militant.
thinks the IS-3 is the best tank in space, you know?
Best space tank,
Mm-hmm.
1950s.
Exactly.
All right, here's some scouting happening from Commander J. He takes a big hit to the side, 675. He's going to back out. Militant 83 sees the hit that did him. Wow, that is a lot of damage against Commander J. Militant 83.
A. Martin gets spotted. Shots out. No. Ooh, there are the connections. Heavy 20 making the connection. A few misses going here.
I'm liking what Simp's doing from the north instead of going for the Delta Village, which no team really is going to try to get that engagement for from the south. Not a lot of teams, at least. They're meeting with the aggression up to the city side from the north.
Trireme taking hits from Endo. Endo taking him down to 512. Unable to connect in return. Now hits onto Endo, taking him down to 1,040 hit points. The rest of Simp slightly to the east, looking to begin an engagement. And looks like Mac's going to lead that, activating the Mac attack so that this brawl can get underway.
Trireme at 512 at a 1,400. That's some big hits against them. Blue Boys captain at 454, trading shots between Millard. Millard around the corner, waiting for a push up from Simp as the bait is going to be not totally effective. Blue Boys captain did take another hit, though. And the 110 coming across the other way is Millard. And he takes a big hit to the side as Adroxus in the IS-3 dodges a shot. And he's going to fall back. Adroxus has an open window to continue to push against Militant 83.
Oh, but Endo is out in the open, down to 650. Millard's going to get free shots, and so is the 1390 Commander J. Endo will go down with not a whole lot of damage getting put out, and now Heavy 20 is getting flanked. They're looking to put shots on the Silent Demise, and they do, but Commander J is able to get 5,100 in return.
Adroxus gets another nice shot against Militant 83 right before he turned the corner. And now there's a couple light tanks that are going to get the surround against Militant. Militant misses a shot against Blue Boys captain. He was surprised by Blue Boys captain. And it looks like that could have done some damage to the commander here. Militant 83 gets another hit from the side. Adroxus has taken no damage against this 110 tank, and Crimson Corsair now can line up a shot. Actually takes a big hit to the back as a Millard 5,100 comes in. Adroxus might crash against him. No, he waits for the good shot, gets it, and now the Millard's going to unload his clip.
Yeah, he is searching for that 5,100. He knows who he needs to kill, and he will get it this time. But he's taking a hit from Adroxus. Adroxus hits him every about 10 seconds. But the Millard doesn't have enough shells. He won't be able to finish off Adroxus. And with that, he has to try and escape. But Adroxus is too good for this. You have to burn your kit for me, Millard.
Does burn the kit to get out of there. Another shot. And Commander J comes from the rear. Adroxus is going to turn and focus on Commander J as, it was a drive-by, almost getting out of there in time. Millard and Baguk, last one's left alive here. 2 against 2, a 50-100 versus an IS-3. Fej in a, is it T1? No, he's in a low tractor.
Yes.
Against Baguk.
He could actually really help in this fight. He could find Millard, and he can pen very easily. The little 37 actually hurts quite a bit, and you can hear him putting along, looking for Millard. He's going to stop, hesitate for a minute. Adroxus wants to find Millard first. They need to verify his location so they don't waste this low tractor, because Millard should be reloaded. There, he is spotted. Adroxus finds cover, and Fej is on the hunt in his little low tractor.
Fej will be coming around the corner in just a second. Millard popping around the other side. His turret's looking towards.
Here he is.
Oh, shot fired. 33 damage. Fej. Turret looks at him, misses. That is huge. Millard now has 2 points of danger he's got to focus on. One of them at 624
Here comes
HP.
Adroxus.
And he misses a shot. That's not good. Adroxus is going to fall back. Fej misses his shot as well. Adroxus lines up the target, and he falls. Millard now up against Fej, and he takes him down. Baguk is
what a clutch.
Safe, and Cunninghams are able to get the victory. Wow, Adroxus missing that shot. Then another one that was tough to watch because he performed so well during that matchup.
Yeah.
15 out of 17 for Millard. This is the redemption for Millard as we saw him against Savagey last week, which made the #1 top 5 plays.
What a hero. 3,459 damage.
Huge plays by Miller.
In his 5100. Beautiful. He got outplayed the other day, but here he completely outplayed Adroxus. He picked the right target, focused down to 5100, was able to actually just outplay him, and we actually have a replay ready of this battle.
Yeah, it was a very,
got to detail exactly what went on.
quick engagement. Here, there's a miss from Adroxus. Miller
That's the miss.
pushes up again. Fej with another miss, and bam, gets the kill.
So much happened in that brawl. Ensk brawls are crazy. I've done them plenty of times myself in 742. When they happen, anything can happen because you're constantly trying to outflank and flank and surround. But the thing is, with the way the long roads are, the thing is, if you go around for a flank, you send some guys around. If your opponent sees that, knows you're moving in with the flank, move everyone forward and you can jump on a small group. But we see how this got so split up. Everyone trying to outflank each other, trying to just do also a number of intricate things in this brawl. Cunninghams barely come out on top.
But they came out on top in that battle so far. We're going to take a break. We come back. Battle number 3. Can the Cunninghams continue and surprise us all with an upset, or will Simp lock it down? Stay tuned. The Gold League continues after this. Welcome back to the Gold League for World of Tanks. I'm Clutch, joined by Rookkill. We're going to jump into battle number 3 of the Cunninghams versus Simp. Cunninghams is up 1-0, believe it or not, with one draw. And the next battle is going to be on Mine's my favorite map. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle.
Taking a look at the tanks, we see 2 Pershings, a T-69 and 2 1390s on the side of Simp. On the other side, T-32, 2 T-69s and 2 1390s. Also, look at the MS-1. Interesting choice of a T-1 by A. Martin. I'm going to have to ask him about why he chooses the T-1 later.
Great question to ask him when we do talk to him again. As we get ready to start this battle here, I'm going to watch and see where the light tanks are going to go. A. Martin in the MS-1, yeah, I'm going to actually follow him and see what he's going to do with this.
Well, as people are actually heading towards the hill, we see Blue Boy's captain in the 1390 is heading up towards the hill. I guess Simp's deciding they're going to take control and try and dominate the map from there. Doesn't look like Cunninghams are although going to contest this at all. They're not set up for it.
No, they're not, and they're actually pushing over to the water side. Miller and Commander J, are they going to stop in the southern island? No. They're, well, yes, sort of. They're going to, one of them's going to continue. I thought he was, but no, they both stopped to the rocks.
All right.
Thought they were going to continue to the lighthouse, so they would have been really exposed. However, there's no, Pershing taking
Bounces
some hits.
and fizzles all
Adroxus.
over the place.
Wow. I was going to say there's no northern placement of Simp on the lighthouse.
But Blue Boy's captain takes a hit for getting greedy. He went after Silent Demise, takes him down to 420. That's a lot of great damage. Nate Martin's actually spotted. Blue Boys takes a hit to his gun, and Endo in the 1390 is able to take out the MS-1A Martin. We're not going to see how it performs in this battle at all, unfortunately.
Got 1295 at 1550. He's going to fall back a bit as the Pershing Heavy 20 is taking. He has 1125 left on his HP. Singh unloads on the T-32, but Guk moves his turret over, gets a return fire on that T-69. The Pershings, however, pushing into the T-32, but Guk falls back, taking way too much damage, and he's going to be at a disadvantageous position here. It's such low HP. Pershing still trying to get the beat on him. Adroxus falls back, though.
You know, 1390s up on the hill are trying to do what they can. Doesn't look like they're going to spot a whole lot, though. But with this, I think Simp could push in and just make the brawl happen. Baguk is very, very low. And I guess they might move the T1s across the east side because they have the hill control. And with that, they could pull some guns, break turrets, and make it happen. Blue Boy's actually putting shots out onto the island. I see a tree goes down out there. And that's probably what Cunninghams can do to bring this back, that water play. If they can get the right cross shots from the water, they could bring this back and possibly win it. Right now, they're at a huge disadvantage with Silent Demise and Baguk at 1 or 2 shots apiece.
And Commander Jane, the 1390, lines up another shot, and it's a miss against the T-69, but there's a hit.
On to Singh.
Doing over 240 damage.
Shot from Silent Demise. Looks for heavy 20, but no connection. Commander J was spotted, revealing his position. I think with that, Simp could make a push, but they're hesitating. They're unwilling to do this. They're going to try and take what little damage they can for free instead of risking the brawl, which came to bite them on Himmelsdorf. It could come bite them on Mines.
Commander J in the 1390. pushing up on the other side. He could have a nice engagement against that T-69 if they were going to poke out from the rock side, but not the case. Blue Boy's captain of the 1390 crashes, falls, and dies, it looks like.
Wow, what? Where did Blue Boys go? All right, I'm going to go find him. Blue Boys, what did you do? Where is he? Oh, he crashed.
Did he fall off the hill?
Yeah. What did you do, Blue Boys? I mean, Singh's done this before, but we don't expect this kind of thing from you, Blue Boys. I don't understand.
I think he fell in mid-flight. Militant was able to get a shot. Not exactly sure what happened, but I'm surprised that this happened to Blue Boys captain.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking over there. It was just I'd thrown that out as a possibility of what Blue Boys could do. Blue Boys, come on, boy.
6 minutes left. It's a standstill between the two teams here. None of them are poking in or moving. Waterside still completely open. Commander J can move up if he got the surprise in time at 1390. Nothing looking towards his direction. Little movement happening on top of the hill here. 5 minutes and 44 seconds left.
Right now I'm amazed. Simp had this in the bag, won. But Blue Boys falling off the cliff actually could throw this away. And Cunninghams has a really solid chance to come back. They've got two full health 1390s. If they can send a hit squad somewhere, they could pick someone off. Perhaps a Droxus, perhaps get into the backfield, make a mess of things, and win it from there. Because Simps, they're reasonably healthy, but everyone's around 1,000. You know, we got a Droxus 1153, you got Singh at 771, Endo's 830, Heavy 20 is 1125, and even Mac is a little bit damaged. So with that, Simp could get focused down very easily if they tried to start a brawl. On the other hand, Silent Demise and Beguk are easy prey if they can actually make that happen. I don't think Simp is really finding the option here. Oh, Endo actually takes a hit as he gets a little greedy, looking for Silent Demise down to 610. Evening it up even more.
Beguk, that T-32 is still at 375 damage. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. And Simp knows this. They know that he is so low that he cannot move as the point man for front engagement against Simp. They need to use this to their advantage. They could try to play some east side aggression.
Spotted.
And who is spotted on the other side? Who is that?
That's
Millard.
Millard is spotted. He is in the 1390 all the way up in about Echo 1. This could prompt a push from Simp, but I'm going to call it and say I don't think they're going to go for it, and if they do, it'll be a minute or two before they decide to go and finish off Beguk, who is really an easy target right now. The Droxus is looking out to the west. We've got Crimson Corsair in a passive position, looking for Millard. Millard, though, I think is just going to keep his head down at this point.
Millard's going to stay in that section for a while. Still not much movement. Reload's happening. There's Silent Demise on T-69.
Oh, is it? He was holding his shells then. Oh, blind fire goes out. Commander J actually able to put a shot onto Heavy 20. Heavy 20 looks for that shot, but Commander J was more prepared, and now you've got even more health going in favor of the Cunninghams. They're slowly bringing this back. Cunninghams looks like they could reasonably beat Simp in this position.
Millard in the 1390 now getting a little bit closer. He could push up against Crimson Corsair, get the kill, and cause a turret break to happen. However, the rest of his teammates are not in a good position to push up. Silent Demise at the bottom of the hill. And again, Beguk, 375 on that T-32. He's going to have to pray for some bounces to happen to the RNG offering altar.
RNGesus.
Silent Demise, again, hanging back. This is a no play right now for either team. Again, east side can be such a great type of approach, except for Militant 83. Look at him. He is waiting for that eastern approach.
Well, it looks like Endo's going to go out towards the west side, and he's going to look to try and counter out Millard's position. Oh, actually, maybe he's going to get on the high ground, and they'll use Crimson Corsair to spot, Endo to snipe, and hopefully be able to find Millard in the crossfire with that. But, oh, Mac G goes down to the T1 to Trireme somewhere in the east.
Silent Demise falls, well, he hasn't fallen back at all. He's staying in the same position, but they do win that T1 battle at Trireme. And Atroxus takes a hit. Looks like that one came from Millard.
Yeah, I guess so. Commander J also takes a hit from somewhere. They're both pinned. Endo has some great crossfire. can be sniping these guys. He knocks over a tree, perhaps revealing his position. And we're looking at Cunningham's getting ready to make a move down the middle. Sound Demise actually getting spotted a little bit, and maybe some fire getting traded. Militant 83 is in a great position to move up and perhaps, make this happen. Baguk, though, is spotted, and we should see peeking coming out. Heavy 20 is going to go for the shot, and a bounce will mean that Singh takes hits down to 205, and Baguk stays alive just a little bit longer.
Miller takes a couple hits. He's a little bit of trouble. North is aggression. To the sides are some hits, but the Drox is pushing.
20 goes for a shot on Baguk, and he does get him, evening up the tier 8s. Although Drox is looking for Millard still out in the west. He's also taken a hit down to 722. Singh is a one-shot. Heavy 20's not healthy. Commander J has also come back to the west. I'm expecting to see that push right at the middle in just a few moments. Oh, in the backfield, actually. Looks like Trireme against Endo, and shots going out onto Endo. We could see a connection. Will we? Another one takes a building down, and a T1. Trireme is able to take down Endo.
Huge play by a T1. Huge play. Trireme taking down that 1390.
Oh, the Millard's actually going to ignore Crimson Corsair. Crimson looking for shots, makes a few solid connections, but Millard now is going to get a better position, safe. And as this happens, Commander J comes up against Heavy 20 and Singh. Militant peeks. They look for him. They finish the T69 off, but they trade for Commander J in the 1390. Militant bounces onto Heavy 20. Second shot connects. Third shot doesn't happen.
Miller needs to get in here quickly against Heavy 20. He's going to push from the north side. Adroxus is going to reposition,
behind.
and he was able to hit Heavy 20. Takes down Millard. Silent Demise pushing up against Heavy 20. The Pershing with 1 HP. Adroxus around the corner. Militant 83, 162. He's going to get surrounded, and that means Simp is going to win battle number 3 on Mines.
That was the only thing interesting battle. There were a lot of mistakes made. Got Blue Boys falling off a cliff. Really bad for Simp. Simp unable to pick when to move forward. Cunningham's doing what they can. I liked what Cunningham's was doing, but it was slow. Simp also being really slow here.
I don't know what happened. I almost thought both teams disconnected for a bit because there was no movement going on for a second. I went, okay, they're standing still. Yeah. Here's 4 open windows for them on the island to move. Nobody moves. Yeah. Here's an open window on the east. Nobody moves. They, lacked information, and once they did have the information, they kept hesitating on both sides.
Yeah, I think Simp had plenty, though, of information to work with, though. They could have pushed in, finished off Baguk, taken a few hit points here and there, but they needed to do it earlier before they traded out all that damage that was happening. It was a great job by Commander J, peppering down members of Simp. If he kept doing that for the battle, Millard moved up. That was a strong move by Millard, but it got countered out by Simp. Yeah. Good job there, but Simp's not being aggressive. They're just being reactive and defensive, and that's really hurting them. They could have lost that one simply because of mistakes and being too reactive. They won it, I think, more on the mistakes of Cunningham's than on anything else.
I think if Cunninghams would have waited on that push around the rock for Miller to get to the other side, they could have focused it one tank at a time instead of, the Pershing's got to turn. Pershing turned, took him out. He had 1 HP left. They came out, Drox on the other side, able to land those hits. It just was like they were almost feeding him the shots of when they were available.
It was a little bit of timing off right there. If Cunninghams had been better on the timing, definitely would have seen a win for them.
Yeah, well, that means the series is going to be tied up, which we got. It's best of 5. So here's the scenario. If Cunningham's wins and then they draw out, it's a win for Cunningham. Simp wins, then they draw out, it's a win for Simp. If it's another draw, then it becomes a best of 1.
Yep. And if it becomes 2 draws, then shootout, because it's tied up, guys. And a win-win either side. They take it back and forth, also a shootout. What do you think is going to happen, because it's going to steps?
Let's find out who's spawning in which position. Let's see, I'm on team 2, which is Cunningham's, and we're going to be spawning to the north.
That's right.
So it's going to be an eastern play.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure Cunningham's going to want to play to the strength of the map going east.
Well, there have been recent changes, so don't forget about the South can still, I think the South can make a better showing.
It's not only the map itself, it's how the team feels the most comfortable on the map.
Yeah.
And so I feel they're going to go to the east. And Simp will do the same. It'll be a standoff for a while. Simp will send one of their 1390s all the way to the west. He's going to poke up in the rocks on the western side. He could actually go all the way to the flag cap. There's too much tunnel vision of Cunningham's in the east. and then start landing some shots as they poke up on top.
Interesting prediction.
It's a big gamble of prediction, but I feel that's what's going to happen.
I want the Cunninghams to do something special, like a mid-push.
Oh, I'd love something special.
Just, I don't know.
I'd love it. Well, let's find out. Only one way to find out is to see for ourselves as we jump into battle number 4 on steps. Cunninghams versus SIMP.
There's a minute left in the battle.
A minute left, and these teams could go for broke. If not, with a draw, we will go to a best of 1. Push up comes SIMP down to the south, and they're going to be in a defensive play. Are they scouted? No, nobody is scouted.
Ooh,
now they are.
They found Baguk, but Baguk is on the retreat. 50 seconds left. Commander J and Millard have taken the high ground, and SIMP is now actually finding themselves repositioned. They have to find new positions as the rest of the Cunninghams are coming in, and the brawl has begun. Blue Boy's taking some hits, looking for Commander J, and they're going to focus on Adroxus. He's down to 685, down to 435, but Commander J goes down first. Adroxus may go down next. He's at 206. Bounces, though, will keep him alive.
San Demise takes a hit, 741 out of 1100. He's going to continue the engagement. Who's he going to focus on? Oh, it might have been Endo for a sec, but Blue Boy's captain cleans it up. And Militant, 83, with the drive-by.
Oh,
gets
but he
the
misses
kill.
a shot onto Endo, and he will go down. Great focus fire. And now Heavy 20 is going to get focused on. The Millard may be able to finish him off. Heavy 20 misses a shell, and Millard's able to get him.
3 more seconds left. The tanks are too scattered for SIMP to make a closing deal for this battle, which means we will go to a draw, and that means we're going to go to a best of 1. If it's another draw after this, it means we'll go to a shootout. So these teams, again, I feel are you put it a good way, Rook Hills. They are nervous. They are nervous to be here because Cunninghams are a team not to be underestimated.
Definitely. And then SIMP is a team that's been on top. They're usually on top of their bracket. Fulcrum top of theirs, and Alpha. And Bravo, we have SIMP on top. And this is going to be a close match. Both of these teams unwilling to make big mistakes because they understand what their opponent will do. You can see, though, Cunninghams makes the first move here. They make the first move on steps. You have a great counter move by SIMP, trying to jump on that little cutoff group, but beautiful positional play by Millard and Commander J. They just predicted that perfectly and were able to keep themselves alive and keep themselves from getting jumped on immediately. And because of that, you had a decently close brawl, except for Cunninghams finding themselves going into the fight one by one. 1390s go for kills. They're going in there for it, but there's so many bounces on a Pershing. Again, reasons why to love the Pershing. Yeah. So many bounces on its turret, but they went in one by one. Commander J went down very easily. Behind him, and other 1390s.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We come back. Battle number 5 of the Cunninghams versus SIMP. Stay tuned. You're watching the Gold League for World of Tanks. Welcome back to the Gold League for World of Tanks. I'm Clutch, joined by Rookkill, and we're going to jump into battle number 5 of the Cunninghams versus SIMP. That's right, battle number 5 in a best of 1. We're tied. Multiple draws.
Yeah.
Or not.
Not as surprising. I think that's something that happens when you play SIMP. Draws happen just because of SIMP's playstyle. Cunningham's, when you're playing against SIMP, you're going to get into draws. That's just the way it is. Cunningham's trying to do something on steps, almost making it work. Some really strong play. I really liked seeing what I saw out of Commander J and Millard, repositioning so as to avoid an overmatch that was way in the favor of SIMP. SIMP, of course, understanding when they had an overmatch and when to do it, not hesitating to jump on that advantage, but not taking advantage of time. That's the thing. They don't play the clock well.
They need to start taking advantage of any windows that are open for them to get those shots. They don't have to necessarily kill the tank, but get the HP value win, and that will escalate into a battle win for either team. Let's jump into battle number 5 on Prokhorovka. SIMP versus Cunninghams.
Looking at these tanks, we got a 416 played by Singh, got a Pershing, 3 1390s, and Crimson Corsair gun in the light tractor. On the other side, we got a Pershing, 2 T69s, 2 1390s for the side of the Cunninghams. No big surprises here, but let's follow these opening scout runs because those will be huge, determining what both these teams see. That intel, that opening intel is really big. I see Endo in 1390 going for an opening scout run, maybe Heavy 20 as well. Heavy 20 maybe taking the east side scout run, and who's that? Blue Boys taking the far west, taking the fastest possible route. He may actually go into a passive position, and if he does that, that could come to work very well. No, he will actually decide to take a really inefficient west side spot.
Hashtag inefficient.
I didn't understand that at all. It was very confusing when he made a turn to the right. It was really weird. Adroxus is going to take a position, a normal position for Pershings. Puts a shot on the Millard. Doesn't connect. Or rather, it does, but that's a bounce. In the back, though, I see Singh in a sniping position. He has 330 heat pen on that 100 mil. It's a good gun, yes. But, he actually, never mind, I'll take it back. I thought that wasn't great, but that was. He gets connection to Millard.
Millard and the Pershing going, what? He's going to fall back. Where did that hit? Wow, that hit in the gun mantlet.
Again?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not the other one? Look at this. Didn't pin his hatch or something?
I don't see any other shots.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice shot. I guess it... Yeah, well, the very edges are really thin, yeah, but I thought they would stop the heat. Guess not.
Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
And so he does.
Don't make those jokes, Clutch. As Adroxus gets hit on the other side. 1184 in his Pershing.
Yeah, that's not great trading so far. I'm waiting for something to happen. Both these teams just kind of taking that north-south. They're going to try and trade. Oh, Adroxus is taking a lot of hits down to 736.
That's a good trade on the side of the Cunninghams. It could be the small window advantage that they need to further escalate, as I mentioned right before we jumped into this match, to make a calculated move, and to focus on those tanks. Millard may get a little bit jumpy here in his Pershing to get up close and personal. Not going to be the case, though.
The Adroxus recognizes that. I guess there's a 1390 up in C1. Is that a 1390 in C1? He was wiggling his turret off in that direction, so I'm guessing he took fire from there. Must be one of those 1390s, Clutch.
I'm jumping over there. It's Silent Demise.
Ah.
He is in the
there we go.
1390. No, he's in the 1390. The T1. A. Martin is in E1.
That makes a lot of sense. He's spotting the one line, and then you got 1390 back in a very raised position who can get great shots on the tanks like Adroxus. Look at this side turret shot. Went straight on through. Adroxus is looking at Millard, but there's 1390 slightly off to the side, and that's easy shots, easy pens.
Endo was spotted a little bit earlier, but now he has dropped off the map, and he is brought up again. 400-meter range of the Pershing, able to scout him. Miller's going to fall back a bit. Blind fire coming out, looks like into the side of Cunninghams from SIMP. That's going to hit one of the bushes. But it is not going to connect.
It looked like the shots from Singh were going towards Miller, just not able to connect. But elsewhere, there's not a whole lot happening. Endo, of course, is just scouting the middles constantly. Crimson Corsair in the very far back watching the cap. Mac G is on the 1-2 line. And who's that? I guess that's Heavy 20 out on the west. He could be doing some work, but he's just going to be sitting around. This is the thing I'm talking about. SIMP doesn't do a lot to set the tempo. They are defensive. They counter out moves, and they're not going for aggressive stuff. Heavy 20 could be playing these buildings ahead of him. He could be playing more aggressively, getting spotting done, but he's sitting back and waiting. That's just the style of SIMP. That shows their play style, and that's why we see a lot of draws from them. We could be seeing a draw here. Unlikely, I don't know if Cunninghams would allow that to happen because it would really hurt both of these teams, getting only 1 point. Of course, you know, maybe bringing SIMP to a 1 point could hurt them that much, and if everyone just keeps drawing against SIMP, then, I mean, they can't make it to the finals.
Nope.
Yeah, if you get 1 point that many times, I mean, yeah, you're going to find yourself not in a good seating.
No, exactly. Silent Demise, another shot really close to him. He moves out of his position now.
Mac G's actually going to start moving up in the T1 Cunningham. Looks like they're going to start covering him. Blue Boys is looking to cover, along with, I see, Singh in the very far back, waiting. He will get spotted, though, and Mac G goes down. No spotting in return. Not so good for SIMP.
No, the Mag attack has possibly been unleashed. Statistically, when Mac does die in a battle, his team has a higher chance of winning.
And he dies a lot. So
I want to comment again on the Eastern play that is available here, crossing the train track. SIMP has that advantage because of their
Silent Demise is spotted. Takes fire. He's down to 521. More shots may come out from Blue Boys. But A. Martin is also spotted in there. Singh will take down A. Martin in the T1 Cunningham. Silent Demise tries to slip away. Blue Boys zeroing shots, but he's not able to. He doesn't fire. Okay, he's not going to fire. Or he's waiting. There's T target. Does take some fire before going dark. He's down to 299 last I saw. Commander J is even spotted. Takes fire from Singh.
Nothing hits him, though.
I'm waiting for an all-out blitz by the Cunninghams to take that high ground. They could make it work. Ooh, and there goes Trireme with the T1.
T1 advantage now going to go to the side of Simp with that kill. Jumping over to who's up on this side, Gok and the T69 covering the western flank. To the very front, right behind him will be his teammate Militant 83 and the other T69. They are giving up so much ground that Simp can push on the eastern side. They have all of this open, and with that play, come up to the east and start putting pressure on the flag or on this section with the cross shots, leaving this open if some turret breaks happen for them to get this quadrant completely under control and win some more skirmishes. Skirmishes is just a couple shots doing some damage and then falling back behind cover to get away from the danger.
Precisely. And the scouting I'm seeing out of the Cunninghams, if I'm Simp, I'm saying, all right, they are pulled back behind the 3 line and north of the E line. They have a very small portion of the map under their control. I'd be moving in if I were heavy 20. It takes him a while. He's hesitating. He's looking for shots on Millard. To the north, Endo is all the way up in A6, and they're going to move in Crimson Corsair. That's a smart move, very safe, but they're wasting time. 3 minutes left in this battle. Simp needs to do a lot in order to bring this home. If they push too hastily, they could lose, but they've got a huge health advantage. Silent Demise is so low. All they have to do is spot him. 1 shot should take him down.
Almost at the 3-minute mark. Each team is going to have to enact their plan quickly, because if any of the tanks is able to escape the firefight and move away, that means we'll go to a shootout, which is that's not good for either team because it means less victory points even if they do win. Simple Tankers brought Simp to a shootout last season, and that reduced that game winning point, the match point, from 3 to 1. And I feel that Cunninghams would be more at a disadvantage if they only got 1 point out of this victory compared to 3. But it's better than 0, and it still could be an upset against Simp.
Yeah, an upset against Simp would be huge. Them getting only 1 point. If they do that again, that could actually mean them not being in first place in their league. Oh, a shot onto Endo. He must be spotted. Millard is spotted, and he still looks to be in hull down as Heavy 20 has finally crossed over the middle and will be making little scout runs on the backsides of the ridge. This could have happened, though, like 3 minutes ago even for Simp, as Millard is spotted again. Endo could have back turret shots, and if he's able to get those, we could see Simp. Finally, there is a hit from Endo onto Miller, down to 580. A second hit takes him down to 125. He's getting hit by multiple tanks, and he gets finished off by Endo. That is 2 tier 8s, actually, sorry, 1 tier 8 down, and Silent Demise is at very low health. Simp, with this advantage, is going to push. Heavy 20 crosses over straight into Commander J, but he's going to take a lot of hits. His commander goes down. His gunner goes down.
Heavy 20 not targeting on the lower HP tank, and he will fall. The rest of his teammates still way too far to continue the engagement. Now they're going to move to the top of the hill. Blue Boy's captain at 1390 takes a hit. Adroxus and the Pershing trying to line up a shot.
Here comes the counter push, though. They're going to push. They need to push south, and with that, they could bring this back. Blue Boys gets out on the open. He's putting shots into Commander J, but we could see Militant finish him off. Commander J is down to 114. Blue Boys goes up for the hit, and at this range, I don't see him missing. He doesn't, and he makes the connection. Militant 83, taking it down to 476, puts him, the Blue Boys down to 210. He will go down.
And now Bagak all the way to the north is the only one left. Well, no, he's in the west, and he's getting completely surrounded. A couple more shots, and he does fall. Simp is able to take the series 2-1 on Prokhorovka with just seconds to spare. Both these teams playing the clock for such a long time. And yes, I do take my hat off to Simp for getting the win, but if they play like this throughout the rest of the season, they're not going to have a chance against Fulcrum once again. These guys have got to step up their game and stop not playing the clock advantage.
Yeah, it was a win, but it's a really close win. They almost went to a shootout. Simp can't afford shootouts with the slow playstyle. They really are riding the line here. They get a win, but I really felt Cunningham's in a lot of positions was playing much better.
Cunninghams were trying to stay in the game on Prokhorovka, but they took way too much damage. And the victory does go to Simp, which is 3 victory points instead of just 1 in a shootout. That was... I feel both teams did not perform to the best of their ability that we've seen in the Gold League in this series, both Cunninghams and Simp. And it's almost like 2 magnets that you put them north and south and they attract. But you put them north and north and they kind of bounce off each other. And I felt that's what was happening between these 2 teams. They kept, I don't know what happened on mines with Blue Boys captain. That was just weird.
That was
But
weird.
they kept just bouncing off each other and staying on both sides of the map and not engaging again.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens in the chemistry of what these teams bring to the battlefield. But that does it for the first half of the night. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, or a halftime break actually, after we come back from our halftime break, it's going to be Nerve versus Top Tier. And after that, for the last match of the night, will be Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time. Stay tuned. You're watching the Gold League. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you then.